Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is about Jacqueline West. Now, as some of you may know, Jacqueline West is the wife of Trezell West, who is the adoptive parents of Orrin and Orson West, who went missing on the summer solstice, who went missing on the winter solstice of December the 21st, 2020. He gave the infamous, it was code speech about him chopping the wood, and Miss Jacqueline was right there next to him. So what I would like to know is how she is doing now and an update on her. So let's see how Miss Jacqueline is doing, shall we? Why does this thing keep falling? Alright. Holy angels, spirit guides, and ancestors, we would like to know about a Jacqueline West. Now, Jacqueline West's energy should now be in Bakersfield. There's one card. In Bakersfield, California. But at the time of her energy that I'm wanting to know about is not on the date that the kids went missing of December 21st, but I want to go 6 months before that. So let's take us to, let's say, June of 2020. And holy guides, spirit angels, and ancestors, we want to focus on Potomac Avenue, the 1100 block, where their house was. And Miss Jacqueline West is 31 years old. So Spirit Guide, you take us to June of 2020 in 1100 block of Potomac Avenue to the home of Jacqueline West. Now you should find 6 children there, but I'm going to let you, Spirit, tell me what you see. Alright, so we're going to get 2 more cards out of here to go along with the one that came out for a total of 3. And the bottom of the deck has the 6 of coins on it. And this is almost like something like you would expect to see with that many children there. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is just about right. I see them all sitting down at the table. 6 people sitting, 1 person being served. That's the bottom card of the deck. And also we have the 2 of Wands card that came out, which some people like to think is like a love card, but it's really not. The 2 of Wands in my mind is like harmonious, like yin and yang, you know, like a not a coupling, but like a team. Also, we have the Page of Cups, which, as we know, are messengers because they're young. And the Cups is usually, you know, matters of the heart or whatnot. Or things that have, not fiery emotions, because that would be the Wands. But, like that resentment, that Dear John type of energy. That's what I'm getting with this page. And the card that jumped out when we first started discussing this is the 4 of Swords, which is the resting card. Now, as we know, Jacqueline and Trezell West became the foster parents of Orson and Owen in 2018. What am I saying about Orson and Orrin? Yeah, Orson and Orrin. In 2018 became their adoptive parents. So by June 2020, what we're looking at, they should be well into this parenthood of these kids. And as we see here with the Six of Coins, I do see like a cafeteria type of setting in harmony. But what I want to know is about this resting, the Four of Swords. Why does Jacqueline West have the Four of Swords for June of 2020? What is she resting from? Why does Jacqueline West have the Four of Swords on June of 2020? Clarify why Jacqueline West has the Four of Swords for June of 2020. Is it something that she's resting from, or something that she has put to rest in the sense of no longer partaking in? Let's see what's the answer. What came out is the Emperor. Now the Emperor is all about direction, and he's a born leader. When I'm looking at this card, for some reason they're making me draw attention to his hand, the way his, like the you can see right here. See how his hand looks? It looks kind of odd, doesn't it? Let's see. So this could be, if I'm asking what she is resting from, this could be some type of hands-on work. Because that's what I'm hearing now, hands-on. But I'm going to clarify this. Spirit, why is the Emperor here as the thing that she's resting from? What is Jacqueline West resting from in June of 2020? Why is the Emperor here for Jacqueline West in June of 2020? What is she resting from? Clarify the Emperor for June of 2020 for Jacqueline West. Let's see. Alright, so what came out is the Impractical card. And it's a negative card because there's no triangles at the top up there. So she's resting from impracticality. It almost seems like she was resting from trying to figure things out. Because in this picture, it's you can see it's like a little cooking pot. If she could just stand these up on here and put the sticks underneath, you know, it will work. It'll be like a functioning cooking pot. So now I'm getting a sense of she was resting from trying to figure it out, or resting from trying to manage something. Possibly resting from trying to manage 6 kids. That's a lot to manage. Alright. Now let's move along and clarify this Page of Cups. He looks very young and energetic. Let's see what he has going on. Spirit, why is the Page of Cups here for Jacqueline West in June of 2020? What are these messages about? Or not messages necessarily, but I want to say these almost feel like childlike intentions. That's what I'm getting, like the Page of Cups was some form of, I'm getting like a thing, like if you tell, you know, like some kids, like if you be good, I'll take you on, you know, we'll go to Disneyland in June, or if you do this, we'll do that. So this Page of Cups energy, as I'm looking at this card, I'm getting energy of this was trying to, as you could say, bargain with kids, or, you know, placate kids or bribe them to do something. Getting a lot of bribery vibes off of that Page of Cups. Spirit, clarify the Page of Cups for Jacqueline in June of 2020. What are these intentional, emotional messages about? clarify the Page of Cups for Jacqueline. Alright. Yep. So what came out is this here is the Queen of Wands, but not only is it the Queen of Wands, this is the Queen of Wands and the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland. She's the one who always wanted to cut people's heads off. So we see bribery here, but this might not be the good type of bribery to where if you're good, I'll take you to Disneyland. This might be the type of bribery like if you don't do what I say, you know you're not going to like the result. So these were messages or intentions between her and the children, but they're not like a good bribery, like a reward type of bribery. It's like a threat type of situation. Alright, now there's 2 of Wands here. I'm thinking that is definitely Trezell and Jacqueline, but that would be if their marriage was solid, or their partnership was solid. But that is, it's them. But let's see what's the energy behind it. Why is the 2 of Wands here for Jacqueline West in June of 2020? Why is the 2 of Wands here for Jacqueline West in the June of 2020? Alright. What we have is the moon. And the moon is, it's like the water vibes, because the moon does control the tides in the water. But also the moon is about fluctuating, growing and increasing and getting smaller, increasing and getting smaller, going back and forth. So I do feel like this is them, but it's showing that they were, I feel like they were caught in the cycle, because you know the moon is cycles. It's like they were caught in the cycle between famine and feast. Like, you know, when they first get the money for having the kids, it's, you know, like a feast, we can have anything we want. And then like 10 days later, you know, we got all these kids and all the money's gone. So it kept going from famine to feast, from famine to feast, back and forth. Alright. So let's see what the energy is behind this cafeteria type of kitchen setting. Spirit, can you clarify the 6 of Coins for Jacqueline West in June of 2020? Why does Jacqueline West have the 6 of Coins for June of 2020? Was she enjoying being able to feed all of these children, or were there moments of malnutrition and possible food poverty or food neglect or food insecurity? Why is this food and table setting here? Spirit, what was going on in the kitchen of Jacqueline West in June of 2020? Clarify the 6 of Coins for June of 2020. Why is the 6 of Coins here? Oh, there it is. Alright, so what came out is the Knight of Swords. And now as soon as I look at this card, I know what it means. Like, the Knight of Swords is, not only is Knights about movement, but the Knight of Swords is a spy. So the feeling of it being a spy in this kitchen is, I'm not positive about this, but it could be. I know when CPS is called on you, I think they come into your house and like look into your kitchen cabinets and stuff and see if it's enough food for as many kids as it is. So it could be that this Knight of Swords was coming to make sure, perhaps, but it was someone else that was spying on like the feeding or the food or the amount of food that they had in the house to provide for that many kids. But this Knight of Swords is giving me CPS, we can't have the refrigerator empty vibes. You know, make it look like everybody's getting enough food. Like, see, everybody has their own little can right in front of them. Just in time for this visitor to come see. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit of malnutrition and starvation vibes. Alright, so those are just our beginning cards that got us started. Let's get into some of these questions. Alright, so when they did the interview, she does the whole infamous, when she says, first, the bio family. I don't like the way she says the word bio family. It's creepy to me. But she also says the phrase, no one could tell. And she says something like, you don't know anything, they don't know anything. And it was just really odd to me, like, that phrase. So, Spirit, I now would like you to go for it. Holy Spirits and angel guides and ancestors, let's go for it. We're no longer in June of 2020. We are now in December of 2020. It's December the 21st of 2020. We would like to look at December the 21st through December the 23rd. That's a 72-hour window. Spirit, I would like for us to get into Jacqueline West's energy between December the 21st and December the 23rd of 2020 in the 1100 block of Potomac Avenue in California City. We would like to look into Jacqueline West's energy, and that's one. Now in December of 2020. And what was the energy behind her saying in the interview about the children that no one could tell and that you don't know anything? What was the intention and energy behind the phrase, you don't know anything? Give us the intention. Alright. Now, as we was shuffling through it, these ones right here came out. And Spirit, this is way too many. We're going to take the top two and the bottom one. Alright. But this here came out, and this is the anxiety. The Nine of Swords, where you can't sleep at night, you know something's going on. And I remember in the very first read that I did on this, it seemed like they had run out of time on hiding these kids being missing, and they finally had to, make a public appeal. But let's see what was going on between December 21st and 23rd with Jacqueline. What we have is the Two of Cups. So this again is this Two of Wands energy again. So her and Giselle, in my opinion, they are definitely a team working together. 50% ownership in this shit show. Alright, and we have the Page of Pentacles is here. Which is also like a message, but I don't necessarily feel like this is a message. I feel like somehow this was it seems like an opportunity, like blaming her wrapping Christmas presents as an opportunity for the kids to be outside and go missing. So between those dates, I feel like they were actually sitting up somewhere, like, oh, we can say this, or, trying to think of the perfect story to tell. And that's the story that they decided to tell. See this here, the little coin? That's the story. They say she was wrapping gifts. Alright, and we also have the King of Pentacles here, which is, this would be Giselle's energy. The King of Pentacles is the provider, the man of the household. He did say he was outside chopping wood because it was cold. So I see a story being formed, anxiety, teamwork, and the alpha male. But let's clarify this. Clarify the Page of Pentacles for Jacqueline West on December the 21st through 23rd. Why is the Page of Pentacles here for Jacqueline West on December the 21st through the 23rd. Clarify the Page of Pentacles for Jacqueline West between December 21st and 23rd. Is this the story that she came up with? Is this her idea? What is this? Oh, no, didn't quite go. What is this shiny new idea or thought or plan? Spirit, clarify the Page of Pentacles for Jacqueline West between December the 21st and 23rd. Alright, I tried to catch it, but then the sister don't fall in, so this is it. Alright, so what came out in reference to this Page of Pentacles is this good meeting. And I'm thinking this could be the meeting the press, perhaps. Because it's a positive card. Well, in a way, their plan did kind of work. They said the kids went missing. She was wrapping gifts, and it worked. It was, unfortunately, it worked. So she is, I'm getting a sense like she's proud of the way that the story went. Like, it worked. Well, I almost feel like she thought of the story. But we're gonna dig a little deeper. Alright, let's have another question. Right, now I would like to know how she was feeling about having all of these adoptive kids now in her marriage. Like, was this always the plan? Going into the marriage, or was this a disappointment? I would like to know her energy and thoughts on this marriage. Spirit, can you now take us? We're still in December of 2020 in Jacqueline's energy, but I want you, Spirit, to stand back to where we don't only see December 2020. Stand back a little more so we can see a little, not the whole picture, but we would like to see the picture that pertains to her marriage with Trezell West. Can you see that part of her story? Now, Spirit, while we're looking at the story of this marriage, can you give us the energy that Jacqueline West had going into her marriage with Trezell? What was the energy of the marriage going in? Was this a happy thing, or was this, last resort? Spirit, give us the energy of the West's marriage. Alright, it flipped up in my hand. Again, with the Emperor. He came out in the beginning. See him, the Emperor? This is another Emperor. So I'm getting the idea now that this may have been, I could be jumping out on a limb, but I'm saying this marriage could have some kind of base in BDSM activities. Because, the Emperor is directing, and he's also Aries. It has Aries energy. But I'm starting to feel like there was like a BDSM undercurrent in that marriage. And, those type of dynamics, you're either going to be real submissive or real aggressive. And, are there regular couples that practice BDSM and have kids? Sure there are. But this marriage had a very interesting, like, submissive, dominant, back and forth energy to it. And some women enjoy that whole being told what they do thing. But that was the energy behind the marriage. Alright, so let's see what else is here. Yes, I want to know how she felt about the kids being missing. Was it sad, when they got hurt or whatever? Or what missing? Spirit, can you tell us Jacqueline's energy when she think of the children? And when I say the children, I don't mean all 6 of the children. I just mean the 2 little boys, Oren and Orson, whose original names were Sincere and Classic Pettis. What is her energy when she thinks of those 2 boys? Spirit, what does Jacqueline think of when she thinks of those 2 little boys? Give us the energy behind Jacqueline and the 2 small boys, Oren and Orson. Was she happy to be their mother? Oh, there it is. I see them. Alright, let's see what came out. Oh, wow. So her thoughts when you ask about these children, one is hurtful gossip. Like, there's no good report. There's nothing good to say. Either way, like if you say the kids are bad, that makes the kids look bad. If you say she's a bad mom, then she looks bad. There was hurtful gossip, no matter what point of view. That's what I'm getting, like, no matter what point of view, who point of view it was, who was given a point of view, from the kids was asking what about her, they would say bad things. If she was asked what about them, she would say bad things, like they didn't like each other. Either way, that's definitely what I'm getting with this hurtful gossip. But this card, I was not expecting to see this one. But sometimes, how do we know that Trezell isn't the one that's being tied up and she isn't the aggressor and he's the submissive? Because this card came out as well. The culpable girl. The culprit. Like, she is wholly invested in the building up of these boys and also the destruction of the boys. You see, the culpable girl. So she did play a role in it. Yes, yeah, indeed. Again, so my name is Cleopatra Wallace, and if you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up, or you can subscribe to my channel, because who knows what's going to happen next.